Okay, so the camera is on. Is it filming? I don't know. I do know a couple of things. One is that a Ducati V4S loves gasoline. Yes, it does. And I cannot give you the mileage because I just don't ride it steady enough and consistently enough to measure that. It's a question that comes up fairly often. What kind of mileage can you get on that thing? I'm just going to guesstimate in the 30s, perhaps high 20s, if you're really cranking on it. But truly, I don't know. It just seems that you get to spend a little bit of time in gas stations. So I started the camera up. This is the GoPro 9. Because I'm curious how it's, and I don't even know if we're really recording or what else is going on here, or is my jacket working, or what the whole deal is. Did I zip up my? Yeah, I did. I don't want to lose that wallet. So just going out and refamiliarizing myself with the quirks and other issues associated, and also trying out the new GoPro 9, which is kind of neato, gotta say. I like that 9. I like the image stabilization of it, or the concept of it. There goes my jacket, so it's on. The Dainese jacket, for those who don't know, who haven't seen my reviews, and why haven't you, is set up. Because you're wearing it, you can't necessarily see the colors that change to give you the various stages that the jacket is in. But you get a little series of thumps, or haptics, I think is the technical term, that give you an indication of what state the jacket is in, how it, whether it's armed or not. And it's smart enough, it can actually sense engine vibration. So you put it on, it's green when it's fully charged, and then you put it on, you unplug it, and it gives you a bunch of thumps and says, "Hey, I'm unplugged, dude." And then you put it on and plug it in. There's two little metal clasps that you make connection with. These people are going to respect me? Yes. And then you start the motor, and you get, whoa, what's ahead here? A lot of dust. Makes you wonder. By the way, when you wonder, slow down so you have time to react. Don't speed up. So makes you wonder, and then when you start the motor up, the jacket's sensors are smart enough to notice that there's a vibration from an internal combustion motor, and that's the trigger for it to arm itself to go off under certain conditions, including, I understand, rear impact, which I also understand is not always the case. So that's a pretty important thing to know. So you do know, based upon those haptics, where the jacket is in its readiness, and colors too. There's a color LED on the front of the jacket that also tells you, but you can't necessarily see it, of course, when you're wearing it, particularly under another jacket. Now the nice thing about the Dainese is you can wear it over a jacket too. But enough about Dainese, and say goodbye to that little BMW station wagon. Oh yeah, Phantom still likes to roar. And let's talk about the Phantom. So I had an e-bike accident. I did a vlog about that last week, earlier in November. And it's not that motorcycles can't hurt you, but this e-bike did me pretty well. I had stitches in my knee, bandaged up thumb with a big gouge out of it, some butterfly stitches there, and then some other issues with my right knee, left shoulder. I did a full-fledged flip down a hill. I was taking my e-bike off-road trail riding, which I never realized would be as fun as it actually is. It reminds me of my old dirt bike riding days, and I crashed plenty of times then too. But it's really a lot of fun, and my particular e-bike is not necessarily suited for that type of riding, so I paid the price. And it took me 2 weeks to recover where I could walk without a limp, a noticeable limp. Another week where I got about 80% movement back in my left knee, and then another week where I got up to about 95. So it's 4 weeks out tomorrow, and I can now get my knee compressed into a situation where I can ride a beautiful machine like the Phantom. And during the interim, of course, I, not having much to do, and got a little merchant credit, and I invested, because after all, you say invest when you mean buy, but I invested in a GoPro 9, and I have the GoPro 9 with the media mod now, and I've got it mounted on the helmet. Now, I had a lot of issues getting the GoPro 8 to cooperate as a motovlog device. The 9 we're going to find out about today. And we're going to find out things about its enhanced image stabilization and the other features that attracted me to it. And that was partially what's going on. So I had 3 things to do today. One was to cover the likes and dislikes, which is a mandate for motorcycle vloggers. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, horrible news. That dude is turning right. Shoot. So horrible news, but anyway, we'll put up with it. And secondarily, here to get back out. Oh, we might didn't see that. Secondarily, to get back out on the Phantom and to get used to riding again. This is my first time on a motorcycle in a while, and I contemplated whether I should take the Phantom actually, or the Ducati V4S Phantom, or the Tuono, which is a little friendlier, I think, rider-wise, to get back on. But Ducati's on a battery maintainer charger, and I owed that vlog, so I hopped on the Phantom. And it's probably a good thing, because, you know, get on the horse what floats you, as my Oklahoma ancestors used to say. And so far, I'm glad I did. Can't see any reason for that to change, but so far, I'm very glad I did. But the Phantom is really rolling along very nicely. Seems to be taking everything in stride, not having been ridden for the better part of a month and a half. And while we're talking about technical details, I'm going to mention the lithium battery that Jarrett and Dado installed in this, and just say that I am totally sold on lithium batteries. This thing sits idle as we go on vacation and go to different places, and come back in and just fires up. How it holds the charge and does all that, beyond me. But a regular lead-acid battery just wouldn't do that. So I have invested in a battery maintainer for the Tuono, which I've got installed in a convenient spot to keep it on it. But I think that in the future, another modification for that Tuono will be a lithium battery. Has the advantage of they're practically worry-free, as I've noted, in terms of starting up the machine. And secondarily, they're much lighter, in the area of about 1/3 of the weight, I think, of a typical lead-acid battery. So we're going to try and get around this person. Yes, we are. Here we go. And of course, for performance-minded folks, that's a big deal. Does it make that big of a difference on the Phantom? I'm not entirely sure. I mean, how much am I pushing it that I'm going to notice the difference in 5 pounds of the thing? But it can't hurt. But so that's on the lithium battery part of the world and the GoPro. Let's enjoy the ride here and look at this beautiful California November that we've got. By the way, when you're lining up behind a pickup truck loaded with a ton of wood and any car, you should probably do an offset alignment. If somebody fails to see you and smashes into the back of you, you will be driven directly into that car in front of you. And secondarily, if he takes off and that load is not particularly well tied, and I don't know how OSHA, quote unquote, that is, you're going to be skating over some pretty large logs. So say thanks. So little stop sign lights here. That's just my feeling. And of course we drove. Oh, an MGA. Ah, how cool is that, buddy? I love that little car. Can I have it, please? Little red MGA. Back in one piece and out riding the family. It's not loving me. Okay, I don't know if we're still recording or not, but I'm getting a tremendous amount of heat to my legs here, so I'm going to shut this beautiful TFT dash display down that I was complaining about earlier. It shows we're only about halfway hot on the bar graph of the temperature gauge. 80 degrees ambient air. That's California in November. I got Steppenwolf playing in the background, which seems pretty appropriate. My jacket just tells me that we got off of a running motorcycle, so it's going to go to rest now. I'm going to open up my visor, catch a little air, and end by just saying that I hope you enjoyed the ride in the various parts. I think I'm going to break this all up a little bit because I'm overdue a lot of vlogs, and I'm going to cheat and create like 3 or 4 from one long take. That is provided that this thing is still working. So see you later. Stay safe in the virus, and of course, if you're a rider, ride safe.